All right, I almost decided not even to do this, but we're here, we're in the building. We're gonna do hip hop 101. Told you I was gonna try to start back doing these regularly. Um, you know, so appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy, man. Let me share all this, let everybody know we live, baby. We live. If you don't know, you can hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere there from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, aka X, Kick, Twitch. If you want to donate to the channel, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. You want to listen to it after this episode, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, the whole shebang. So I appreciate y'all and everybody who um, support the channel, man. So I'm just sharing it live. I got a bad habit of wanting to use my phone versus using my computer. Shout out to Jalen Young. His Cowboys got the dub this week, so I can't talk shit. But they played them fly, Eagles, fly, whatever they say. Bop, bop, whatever they say. Over there in Philadelphia land. I fuck with the Eagles though, man. As long as they ain't playing the Lions, we good. Well, don't forget to check out my Detroit channel right here on YouTube. Motor City Sports Talk. That's in the link tree. Check out the new channel. Free Game 89. I think I just did a video on pursuing a woman that has more interest in you than you have interest in her. So you can check that out when you get done here. Or you can go just leave there and check it out. I ain't no hater. If you want to go watch somebody else shit, hey, just come back and watch the replay. The replay make me more money anyway. But I'm trying to share this. Yeah, make sure y'all thumbs up the video. Appreciate y'all. Uh letting everybody know we on like 1,000 platforms, so I'm letting everybody know live. So as I share this, but you see, we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about the talentless era of rap, and that just don't even go as far as like rap. I'm not gonna really get into R&B, because you still got to have some type of vocal talent to do R&B, even if they redo your voice. You still got to have some type of vocal talent, be able to dance. So I really ain't talking to them, even though the art of R&B been dead for a while. But if you don't know, we live on YouTube, Goodfella TV. And why old school rappers selling out shows and new artists are not. So we're gonna talk about that. So we're gonna tackle that first. So we see people like 50 Cent. We see people like Beyonce. I mean, I know she's R&B. I think the Wu-Tang been doing pretty good in their concert tours and going around America. I mean, 50 Cent is still selling out shows. Think about that. He's in Germany still selling out shows, and they tell you guys that old school rappers can't survive. And what's so funny is DJ Envy, kind of like before this whole scandal went down, DJ Envy actually revealed why old school hip hop, it doesn't thrive. Now he basically let people know they only can play old school records in mix. So when they mixing on the radio, you know how they do like the traffic jam rush hour mix. They only can play old school records in the mix. So that's what 30 to a minute. It's kind of like fair use. You got 30 seconds to use 30 seconds to a minute to use somebody content and fair use on YouTube. So they probably got like anywhere from a minute, 30 seconds to a minute and a half to be able to, play a song. So it's all by design to keep artists broke. Now, do you got some artist songs who, you know, uh surpass time that's timeless music? Because you usually don't make hip hop, or especially our rap, you don't make rap synonymous with timeless music. You don't. I forget Boy Meets World, I forget the name of the rock band, but it was an episode of Boy Meets World where Eric and the parents was going to the same rock concert, and he was surprised that his parents was going to the same rock concert and they had better seats, and it kind of like made it kind of seem like less cool and shit like that. See, white people can do that. It could be three generations. I watched the Little League World Series for years, and you will see. Well, they asked a 10-year-old kid who your favorite music group, and a lot of them was like U2 or ACDC, and he's like 10-year-old kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the curses of hip hop. And Andre 3000 said it best. The first word in hip hop is what? Is hip. You have to be hip to hop. You have to be hip to be in the genre. So that's one of the curses. But the powers that be, they enforce those laws. Especially if they probably don't own your masters and your publish. They, if they don't own that, they enforce that. So for them not to be able to play old school hip hop on the radio, that lets you know everything, but also it lets you know that the resistance that the industry is giving from old school artists still being able to make money and profit and play that music on the radio is really not stopping nothing, because if 50 Cent can go do a show, but Lil Baby had to cancel shows because nobody buys tickets, that lets you know the power of timeless music. We do have timeless music in hip hop. You know, you got people that's born, yesterday, and they come out the womb knowing today is a good day by Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? You know, people who were born in 2000, but they still know Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice. Do me a favor and thumbs up the video. I'm gonna get to the comment sections in a minute. You know what I'm saying? You know, people who was born in 98, but they know Cash Rules Everything Around Me. You know, and this is a stupid one, but we know people that be born today and they'll know all I Want from Christmas by December 31st by Mariah Carey. We do know that. So a lot of the curses that hip hop come with is not self-inflicted. It's inflicted by people up top, and that's what we're gonna talk about with the talentless era hip hop. So when you got Beyonce can continue to tour for the rest of her life. How about we take it a step further? Frankie Beverly been performing the same goddamn song for how long? Frankie Beverly ain't dropped no new music since, man, dude. When the last time Frankie Beverly dropped some new music? Come on. We are one. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's that when he play that, it's timeless, bro. Any Frankie Beverly song. Any Frankie Beverly song that's a classic. Come on. Any Frankie Beverly song that's a classic. You already know it's gonna hit. You already know. You already know. It don't matter how many times you heard it. That's like one of the official songs of summer. Come on, man. That's like one of the official songs of summer, bro. All his top songs. When you hear Will Smith "Summertime," official Sumter, what's going on, bro? He said my first concert was Drake from his last tour. Went last August. It was lit. I've never been to a Drake concert. I don't know what my first concert was, but I've been to a bunch of them. I seen Nelly perform with the Saint Lunatics. I seen the Temptations perform. I seen Frankie Beverly perform. I've seen Genuine perform. I've seen Morris Day and the Time perform. I've seen Slim Thug perform. I've seen Jesus Christ, man. Who else I done seen perform? Man, I done seen a robust a whole bunch of people perform. I'm trying to think in my head. I've seen Beyonce perform. I've seen Missy Elliott perform. I've seen Taylor Swift perform. I've seen Kenny Chesney, Uncle Cracker perform. I was working country concerts at the time at Ford Field. So I've seen a number of artists just that I could think of off the top of my head. I'd have been to Summer Jam, so I'd have seen 1,000 people perform there. So I'd have been to a lot. I'm not into rap concerts though. I seen the OJs perform. My mom would drag me to these concerts when she ain't had nobody else to go with, so I would be dragged to these concerts, and I learned to appreciate them. You know, real talk. You know, and it was some of the best live music you will hear, bro, for sure. Nothing really beats, a great entertainment. No, nothing really beats Frankie Beverly off the water. Nothing beats Frankie Beverly off the Detroit River. Nothing beats that. That's nostalgia. That's nostalgic, if that's a word. That's nostalgic, motherfucking. Like you can never erase that feeling away from you. No matter if you get Alzheimer's, you'll always get that feeling when you hear that song. You always get that thought. It's just great music. Like when you talk about rap music, and I think about rap music, and I think back, when I was clubbing, like early 2000s, mid 2000, early like 2008. And like to the 15, 16, 17, like, that made me think about, okay, have a good time in the club, met this chick at the club, have fun with the homies at the club. But when I think about like, seeing guys like Genuine and Morris Day and think about that, it would make me feel more of a family ties and going to do stuff and stuff. It make kind of feel good. You talk about turning up in the club, you think about all the fat asses you didn't see, fine women you didn't see, ones you didn't bag, after hour joints, a little bit different. Red Chief Red Cloud, salute. What's going on, Berry, salute. He said, evening from Britain, my first time, great title. Hey, shout out to UK. Shout out to y'all, bro. Kind of get a skitty up pop. Bloom, bloom, bloom. He said hip hop is falling. Unfortunately, we gonna talk about that. Redman still sells out a lot of shows across the globe. Absolutely, Muddy Waters. You know the Blackout. You know I be that. Hey man, me and my cousin we played the Blackout out. I come in all black, similar to the new PlayStation 2. Yeah, man. He said, "You better off calling them Power Ranger motherfuckers." Yeah, man. Redman is one of my favorites. Shout out to Reggie Noble. It's one of the guys who Eminem looked up to and took part of his style. He said real rap diminished in 2006. Yeah, the real last were like really good rap era. We didn't went over this before. The trap era, that was over with. About 2009 when the trap era went, yeah, you still had like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. Well, J. Cole was already out, but Kendrick Lamar kind of like say the West Coast at the time and all that. But you know, and some of the newer rap I did appreciate in the early 2000s, like Future's Dirty Sprite 2. That's one of my favorite rap albums. Johnson, salute. But yeah, it did. Mary J. Blige gonna forever paid off her catalog if she own it. But for sure, she's my favorite R&B artist, bar none. The difference between Mary J. and Beyonce is Mary J. and like Rihanna. It was just to name a couple of them. Their music is unisex. And some people may not understand when I say unisex. You know, Rihanna had Rude Boy. Guys like Rude Boy just as much as girls do. But when Beyonce music is versed towards more women. You know what I'm saying? And to a certain extent with TLC, their music was versed towards women, but it was so hibbity hop that some guys just liked it. You have a ninjas in a motherfucking Wrangler saying no scrubs, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, man, that's about you and your best friend passenger ride. That's about you. But shout out to the jokers who made no pigeons. But yeah, Mary J made unisex music, bro. You know, I mean, you got to think about it too. She was on some of the she was on some of the dopest rappers songs. I mean, all that I got is you. You know, Ghostface Killer. That's a banger. No drums. Fire ass song. You know, what's the Jay-Z song she was on? Can't Knock the Hustle. She was a crackhead at that time. Still laced it. Said they paid her like 10 grand or 20 grand in a brown paper bag. Come on. That was a classic. Come on, Mary J. And she did shit with Ja Rule in 2000. Her catalog is fucking bananas. I don't get mad when she say you kind of like doing the verses is beneath her. 2004 is the last great year in hip hop. It's a couple great years in there, bro. Because 2009 was a fantastic year. You got in 08, you kind of got the Carter 3. I ain't the biggest fan of the CD, but hey, that shit slapped. I bought that. And then you had going into like 08, 09-ish, you had Paper Trail, T.I., you know, with his back against the wall, dropped one of his best albums. You know, that man, I was living down south when that shit came out. That shit was crack. That whole album, you know what I'm saying? And Jeezy dropped the Recession. Oh my goodness. 09, 08, 09 was a nasty year for rap. And then a year after that, then you got a couple years after that, you got Good Kid, Mad City, whatever that Kendrick Lamar album was. Southern rap became more popular. A lot of people mistook Southern rap for hip hop. Southern rap and hip hop are two different genres. I can't really say that. I understand what you're saying. But Southern has always been around, to be honest. When you talk about Outkast, even in R&B, you talk about Silk, you talk about Jagged Edge. I think it's one and the same, but I get kind of what he's saying too, though. You know, because most people always looked at hip hop as New York, you know, East Coast, and then, you know, the West Coast was looked at the same as the South. Oh man, they slang is different. Them ninjas got Jerry curls. Them ninjas ain't no real hip hop. I get what he's saying. I definitely do. Because they came with their own style. So yeah, it's like a subgenre. You know how you got gangster rap, you got female rap, you got bubblegum candy crossover pop rap. See, I always say rap has genres within rap, and even within R&B, there's genres. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Keith Sweat is in the genre by itself for begging. He said, I think the main problem is rap is fans through younger generation accept eras of no talent. You see talent is digress tremendously over time. I'm gonna talk about that, but you know, it's a let's just let you know real quick to end up on the topic of why old school rappers are not are selling out and newer or not. At the end of the day, too, you gotta look at the demographic that you paying too. Like people who grew up in the prime of, go shawty, it's your birthday. You know what I'm saying? We grew up in that, and by the way, Lloyd Banks wrote the hook to In the Club. He had that in the previous song, and 50 turned it into a hook. I was hearing Angry Man saying that, 50 probably wrote the hooks for Lloyd Banks and probably wrote everything for G on it. But, Lloyd Banks actually wrote the hook to his, that was actually his hook from a different song on In the Club. A lot of people don't know that. But in my generation, think about it. People who grew up like when In the Club come out, that was like when LeBron was first like about to blow, like really blowing up. We got fucking money now. When you get in your 30s, I mean, I ain't saying you got to be a six-figure nigga, but my money done doubled and tripled since then. And for most people, it at least doubled. Some people it quintupled. So we got money to go to concerts, right? You think about comedy shows. Who really going to comedy shows? Think about why Prince was able to tour and sell out every time he went. His demographic had money. This generation, for one, don't want to work. They want to hit licks, rob. So that's not for sure money. So when you talk about Lil Baby doing shows and stuff, a lot of them ninjas ain't got the money. They already spent the money with the booster, buying the Nike tech suits and buying the outfits and stuff. A lot of them in and out of jail, so they don't have the money that 50 Cent demographic got, or a Ja Rule demographic got, or a Beyonce demographic got. Women gonna find money. How about that? Women gonna find money. You hear about the story where Beyonce, this dude spent his grandfather's inheritance money, like 50 grand on some Beyonce front row tickets. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. Women gonna find money. As long as women got the box between their legs, they gonna find money. As long as they got daddy government, they gonna find money, excuse me. And we know that. They're gonna find money. And I ain't saying women should sell themselves for money. I ain't saying that at all. Because, we got a no tricking policy over here. But if that's what you like to do, I don't knock people for what their decisions is. Don't come on here try to articulate your decision, but you can't articulate it. That's when I got a problem with, when you don't make no sense. But I don't knock what anybody do. Whatever your sexual orientation is, your preference, you don't owe me a goddamn thing. I don't judge nobody, bro. I just don't like a stealing motherfucker. That's just me. I don't like people that do stuff to kids. I don't like people who take the cookies from people. I don't get down like morally effed up shit like that. I don't rock with. How niggas dirty Mac, I don't rock with that. Too many women to be dirty Macking, bro. I don't rock with that, bro. I try to mess with people that's morally intact. That's the type of people that you want to attract. But nonetheless, but our generation kind of got money now. Then you talking about the 40-year-olds, they got money. You know what I'm saying? This is why Frankie Beverly Mays, the OJs, the Temptations, Morris Day, Prince was able to tour, Michael Jordan was able to tour, Michael Jackson was able to tour. This is why Silk and all these other acts, H-Town, even though Dino passed away, they're still able to tour. Who going to see Big Daddy Kane? He was touring over in the UK, and the UK artists tried to take the mic from him. They got money. They demographic got money. When you about 33, 34, 32 and up, you got some money to play with. You probably in a two-income household. You probably find somebody you settling down with. You got some money. Right? Even if if you single, you got some money. You ain't got no kids. 54% of black men don't have kids. Got a little bit of money. Got money. So now you can tour and do things you want to see. Now you can hit the road and watch the Cowboys play when they go to San Francisco. Or you can hit the road and go watch Beyonce perform in New York City. Now you can do things. You got the freedom. That's why they tell people to wait to have kids. You got to experience life, and then you feel like you missing out on something you didn't get to experience. This is why a lot of people got away from virginity and saving themselves into marriage. Think about it. People save themselves into marriage, right? People wouldn't even know what a lot of this stuff that should be taboo is about. How people talk about, you know, how good sex. The people wouldn't even know. She would know because she was a virgin. She'd think this is as good as it get, or he'd think this is as good as it get. Now the world is opened up and you can try different things. You like, everybody looking for something that's better, and that's why a lot of people are unhappy. A lot of people looking for the perfect person. It's kind of like looking for the perfect song to work out to. You know what I'm saying? You looking for the perfect, let the motherfucker playlist pick it. He said also everyone has access to flood the market, so more trendy trying to hop and put out great songs. Yeah, you go 6 months without putting out a song, people say, "Oh, the nigga that fell off." You know, now with everybody being able to record songs in their studios on their phone, the sound of hip hop is changing faster than ever. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time with it, a lot of their core fan bases don't have money. They don't. They don't. You in an era where people don't want to kill. They don't want to eat what they kill because what they killing is nothing. It's lame to go down and work at Tim Hortons just to have a couple dollars. You know, it's lame to get a job. It's not lame to get a job. Everybody wasn't meant to be an entrepreneur. Everybody wasn't meant to be a boss. No cap. Everybody wasn't meant for that to happen. And I say this all the time. A lot of the mindset to be a boss, a lot of y'all don't have it, bro. Where you got to lay somebody off that you know they got 2 or 3 kids. You don't have it in you. You got to make the tough decisions. You letting everybody slide being late to work. A lot of people don't have it in them. You know, it's a cutthroat job. He said R&B music back then felt like real love and stuff you can relate to. Now it's a mix of singing and rapping. That's pretty much where it went to. Yeah, it's something that you can feel. It's soulful music. That's why they call R&B soul music. He said Black Ops album was hip hop classic. Oh yeah, man, I'll never forget that, bro. Me and my cousin played that shit out in that Benny Siegel first album. Benny. Example, Unisex Fantasia, When I See You. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, yep. Or you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself. Yep. Hey, Fantasia got a couple unisex songs out there. He said I F with Kendrick, but he didn't say the West. I gave the nippy up. No, it was definitely Kendrick because the game saved it from it kind of being a whole. It was really like West Coast Connection, kind of like holding they up, and then they went their separate ways. The game came and held it down. That's why he kind of split from 50 Cent. Let me know if you want to come on, Kobe. And then it was Kendrick. It definitely was Kendrick. It definitely was Kendrick. You had some solid artists over there like Nocturnal. He was like, most people don't know about Nocturnal and shit. He was doing this thing over there. Always E40 and Too Short always kept the band on the back. You know, they had a nice little movement going up there. All those guys, Mac Dre. I mean, they always had good rhyme slayers down there. Drew Down. What's my other homie? The one that Drake sued. He sued Drake for stealing this shit on YG. Who Do You Love? Rapping Forte. He had one of my favorite verses on All Eyes on Me. He said, if I be wrong, if I buck a nigga head to the pavement, if he don't get me, he gonna get. I forget how I go off rip. I hate rapping on live. He said underground rap is the wave. Starletto, Don Trip, underrated. The Step Brothers for Life. I never heard of Starletto. He said, I think J. Cole is trash. J. Cole's dress sense and terrible. Part of Nas and Snoop's success is they dress well. Well, you know, he got a white mama too, you know, so I think that's kind of his white side coming out. I just think, you know, he introverted. I think a lot of things in the industry turn you off. He definitely dope. I don't really always agree with his production. I would like to see him let 21 Savage produce his album because that a lot of shit. I like that up tempo for him. 50th anniversary shows that the Bronx is still lit. They say that's where hip hop started. At a major part of Dipset's success was dresses. Oh yeah, and Kobe had the all pink on, bro. He kept the boosters boosting. He kept computers puting. You get shot at, baby. I do the shooting. I do the recruiting. I tutor the students. Oh, Cam in my top 25 favorite rappers for sure. Cam, no, I'm a huge Cameron fan. I don't care what nobody say. Killer. Killer Season, bro. Diplomat Immunity 1 and 2. Come on, man. I'm a huge man. We watching basketball camp. We had a basketball camp we used to go to in high school in Toledo. Man, we watched Killer Season so much, dog. Man, dude. He said, "Who is this guy?" He showed Mason shit. Yeah, Cam was my dude, bro. Cam was my guy, bro. I love Joel Santana too. What's the game been missing is a 2000s classic. That's a 2000s classic. Nobody talk about that. That and around I think that came out around the same time that Lloyd Banks Hunger for More came out. That oh man, I played them joints out. I played them 2 albums out. That Philadelphia Freeway and when the what was that joint called? The Full Effect on there or the Effect song? Man, I played them shits out. And he had that song Free. Do, 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 do. Oh man, like 2000s had some gems in there, dude. And I ain't even talk about albums that people would consider major successes neither, dude. Like those like them joints, man. Oh, don't forget when Diddy dropped the Bad Boy Family 2 album and he had Black Rob on Let's Get It. Oh my god, that album was bananas. I bought that album too. That shit was dope. That shit was dope. Make this money, take this money. Ain't no way, man. That man, Black Rob, man. Black Rob was dope. Rest in power to Black Rob. He killed that shit. People don't know. Black Rob had a couple good albums too, dude. People don't talk about like that. I remember it was time I could listen to the radio all day. Hey, yup, remember you used to get your cassette player and kind of record off the radio onto your cassette before you could steal music on LimeWire and Bear Share and shit like that. You can watch us on Kick. Check out the link tree, find me everywhere. Hell yeah, bro. Like, man, I remember you could play the radio all the way through, bro, and wasn't nothing but fire coming on. R&B fire, rap fire, everything. You had to be fire to be on the radio. Now all I hear is hickety, 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 hoogity, hoogity. What's that African guy, that song? That song he signed, an African guy, it's real popular. I don't know if they play it no more, but I'm pretty sure they play it in the club. That shit kind of hot, though. I ain't gonna lie, I forget how it go. He said there's some dope MCs out there that don't get recognition as the whack artists living off hooks. And one of the reasons the whack artists living is because that's what the powers that be want to push. They want to destroy hip hop. But the thing about it, they could put rock and roll on top, but black people created rock and roll. Shout out to Chuck Berry and Ike Turner. That we created rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? You know, so they can say what they want to say. They can put rock and roll on top. A lot of people say black people created country. Can't really speak on that. So a lot of stuff that we created, you know what I'm saying? And it's all about destroying hip hop as a genre. It's no longer about monetizing and squeezing it. They're using it they using it like the mass incarceration bill that Bill fucking Clinton put in. Because that's what it's basically doing. It's putting a lot of kids in jail. It's killing a lot of these kids out here and these adults. It's promoting, and right now it's a full attack on females, on our women. Now they already knocked the men dick in the dirt. That's already been done. Now they attacking females now and pushing hoe culture. And I always said this stuff, and it's common sense when you think about it. Females are built for monogamy. They want to be dudes. You know, a lot of them, you know, the way they emasculated black men in the community where women feel like they have to be the lead. And Angry Man was talking about this today and stuff. How you notice how women are getting bigger than the guys are getting. You know, and they did a study with mice, and this exact same thing was happening with in this society. I gotta look at the experiment with the mice and stuff, and how the women became the dominant culture, and the male mice start beefing with the female mice, and they went into extinction. So it's mirroring exactly what's happened in the black community as well too. So, but yeah, you know, like I said before, you see they attacking the women now, and now it ain't even just the young women who following. You got, you know, middle-aged women that want to get divorced, that's 35, 40, 45, that this music then told them they can get out there and they can live their glory days again. And it's just not like, it's not true. When you start talking about cougars, for a lot of men, cougars are a fetish. Now you got some men who cougars are the preference. You know what I'm saying? You got some dudes that just, oh, my type is my type. No matter what age you is, you my type to a certain extent. But a lot of these women, a lot of these older women is getting caught up in that trap too. And you know how they talk about how you got the old heads, old men that be at the club trying to get the young women at the 18 and up clubs and stuff. Man, you got the mamas who going to who going to the 25 and 18 upper clubs trying to fit in too. That's why you see a high rate of the mamas having sex with the girl with the daughter's boyfriend now. It's always that mama daughter rivalry. You know what I'm saying? And now they clubbing together, they partying together. You know what I'm saying? So now they having sex with the same dudes together. And a lot of y'all be like, oh, it's not true. You know what I'm saying? I got a video on Free Game 89, so check that out. Link out in the description. It's gonna come tomorrow. The next two videos y'all see over there at 7:30 in the afternoon, Wednesday and Thursday. Some of that shit gonna blow your mind. Because you got a lot of guys that be like, man, you had, at least especially 10 years ago, you had guys that be like, man, there's no way you had a threesome. There's no way you had two girls together. Like I said, I was telling like people, like you hear guys that really experienced that or really got it like that, bro. And I said in one of the videos, I could have rolled into the sunset with two girls when I was in college and probably wouldn't have to work a day in my life, but I ain't built like that. I could have been good. I could have got anything I wanted out of them, but that's just what my skilo. And a lot of people don't understand too. Before I switch over to the subject of the talentless era of hip hop, a lot of people don't understand too. A lot of women that claim to be gay, most women are bisexual. All women are bisexual. No woman that's straight gay. Most of them are bisexual. And I'm gonna talk about the lesbian divorce rate tomorrow at 7:30 over there. So check that out. And why the lesbian divorce rate is the highest divorce rate of all. It's Free Game 89, FR33 Game 89. That links in the link tree in the description. But one of the things I was saying in the video you will see Thursday about lesbians and single baby mothers being lesbians is that a lot of them are not lesbians. They just didn't want to settle for guys, or they just weren't cute enough for guys. And if you talk to them and you show them some attention, they're going to be willing to switch right back over to the dark side. Trust and believe me. And some guys that we was in the sauna, I tell you, we talking the sauna all the time at the gym. And a lot of the older guys didn't understand what we were saying. Like we were like, y'all be seeing, these studs and these girls that's lesbians, but they like low key, they still have sex with guys because they gotta have it. And a lot of the older guys was like, well, are you serious? Like, yes, like you got multiple guys in this that's in this vicinity telling you it's a fact. And it don't take you no money to make them turn either. Trust and believe me. All they do is taking some attention. Trey Shaw say some dope MCs out there that don't get the recognition. These rack artists, I read that one. He said for sure I be trying to be different with creativity, but Kendrick probably don't like to rap on typical West Coast beats. That's true. We'll up the Line Killer podcast. Y'all go subscribe to him. He say, listen to Starletto Lost Bars. You're going to just send me that. I ain't gonna remember that. But yeah, I'm gonna remember the name though. I had a shout out to Griselda too. Dope group. All of them. Dope. I had the pink tall tee. I ain't gonna lie. I had the shit with the white and pink. I think it was a Nike headband. My aunt still got that picture. She passed, but she still had that picture posted in her house. I was crispy as hell. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, Killer Season, the classic. Purple Haze. He said, Camera, bust me in my shit if he caught me fucking with that shit again. Starlet was the ghostwriter for Lil Wayne, Stunned Like My Daddy album. I could believe it. Gilly the Kid was too. He said from the mainstream perspective, but Nipsey was buzzing in 0809. Kendrick blew up in 012. But Nipsey never, and I'm gonna just say this: Nipsey never eclipsed what Kendrick Lamar was. He never eclipsed that. He never eclipsed that. Never did. Never could. Never could. Even with a death. There's no disrespect, but he never could be the artist that Kendrick loves. And you want to say, well, part of that is because of Dr. Dre? I'll get that to you. A Dr. Dre cosign go a long way. 50 wrote the verse on Let's Get It. I can see that. Mess Fat Tone and the Jacket. Yeah, I'm out the loop. I don't know who those is. He said people ain't messing with Kendrick like they out the West, like Eminem West people. Kendrick was real hip hop heads, which is not a lot of what, man. Kendrick was the shit. However you want to put it, he sold a lot of albums. He said moms are the daughter's biggest rival. My wife's mom and her stepdad was together 20 years at the time we got married. She put the pressure on dude and was married within 2 years. Hold on. He said my wife's mom and her stepdad were together for 20 years at the time we got. Oh, y'all. Hey, man, that's one thing, man. I'll say this, man, before I'm going to read this next comment, then we going to switch. That's one thing I say. When you out and about, you could be with a girl you just met. Y'all could just be casually kicking it. Y'all could have just met at the goddamn bar. and then some dude come out of nowhere, get on the knee and propose. I'd have been there with a girl I was with, bro, and that shit happened. It's like one of the most like, man, you got to hear about this shit all day. When you gonna propose? I mean, that was cute. I like this. I hate when dudes do that. Man, go propose in your F-150. Go propose in the bathroom. And then we got to hear about that shit all day, bro. You could tell a girl, like, I don't have no ambitions on marrying you. Then that'll make her, I'm not going to have sex with you tonight because I'm like, okay, whatever. Bye. I hate when that shit happen. Especially somebody around you get married or some shit like that. Then it's pressure on you to get married, whatever. Like, dog. You just hate that shit. But yeah, that's I mean, a lot of ninjas, they fold when a girl pressuring with marriage. They fold, man. And I'll tell y'all this, bro. If you could find her, what's that song by Gucci, man? He said, I can find another anyway, any day. I forget how that joint go. But yeah, man, a lot of these ninjas be like you can replace her. Like a lot of the girls y'all be with is replaceable. They not replaceable. They don't have personality. They don't save money. They not boss bitches. They don't do nothing that a next chick can't do. Why y'all be scared to lose these women, bro? Especially y'all ninjas that's financially secure. That should be crazy to me, bro. I can see if you married, you already locked in the matrix. I get it, cheaper to keep her. But a lot of y'all ninjas that be making women forcing women to marry you and all that, man, bro, tell her not kick. If you don't want to, tell her kick rocks and see what happens. She'll be back before you will. She'll be back, but y'all be scared to lose these women. That's be crazy to me, bro. Y'all be like scared to lose women that like come on, man. I can see if y'all genuinely best friends and y'all genuinely kicking it, and y'all, hey, y'all click, you like, all right, then you naturally gonna want to white lock that up. I get it. But like a little chick, she could fry some chicken, she cool or whatever, but it ain't can replace that. Gold all in my chain, gold all in my ring. Don't believe me, nigga, just watch. I ain't gonna lie, that song was hard. He wasn't even no rapper though. All I'm saying is Kendrick didn't say the West like Eminem saved Detroit. Man, Eminem didn't say Detroit. Eminem is nobody considers Eminem a Detroit rapper. Nobody. He has zero influence. He don't sound like none of the Detroit rappers. Now the niggas you hear now, that's the influence of the real Detroit rappers like Blade Icewood. You know what I'm saying? Big Hurt. Those are the true influences, the true godfathers of Detroit rap. Wipeout, Eastside Cheddar Boys, Malik. Those are real rappers. Y'all wouldn't know about that, but you hear Peasy, you hear Babyface Ray, you hear Icewear Vezo, you hear Payroll Giovanni, you hear guys like that. Those that's the foundation of Detroit rap. It's not Eminem. It's not Eminem. I keep trying to tell y'all that. All that whole Blade dance and all that shit you see these niggas rapping now, that's been around Detroit for the last 23 years. If not further. Detroit got a whole different type of rap scene. It's just like a lot of niggas just went to jails, shootings. A lot of niggas was real dope. Was trap stars. A lot of them was real trap stars. But let's talk about Talentless era and rap or whatever. And I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like Wendy Williams, AJ Free, 106 and Park, they had to have a certain talent. Fab Five Freddy had to have a talent. What was my man's Dr. Trey and what was his homeboy name? He just did the interview on Math Hoffa channel. What was wasn't the fat one, Dr. Dre? What was the other one, dude, who just did the interview on there? I mean, you had to have talent, bro. You had to have talent. Even the people who hosted talk shows like Arsenio Hall had to have talent. You know what I'm saying? You had to have a talent. You know what I'm saying? And not even just to get to the MCs like Ice Cube, had to have a talent. Dr. Dre, he had to have a production talent. When you start talking about Ghostface Killer and the Wu-Tang Clan to get on, without them having a talent, they wouldn't have been able to get on. They were some of the most talented guys you could find in a group. There's probably there's no group that's more talented than Wu-Tang from top to bottom. When you talk about from production to RZA, bars from RZA, from GZA, from Ghostface to Raekwon and Method Man, and most people that don't know much about Wu-Tang, they always say Method Man their favorite because he did the movies, he had the better personality. But if you ask actual Wu-Tang fans who your favorite Wu-Tang lyricist, you might get 5 different fucking answers. You might get 5 different. That's how you know it's a great group. You know, you ask what's the best Outkast album, you might get 2 or 3 different answers. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know it's a great group. I mean, you ask what's your favorite Ludacris album, you might get 2 or 3 different answers. You know, all these guys had talent. I mean, even from the producers like Timberland, Jermaine Dupri. I mean, these guys had somewhat of a talent. And right now, what's the real talent? You know, the females they putting on, you know what I'm saying? But it's really the production that's carrying the genre. It's the production. And some people don't even like the production. It's the production that's carrying the genre. And everything sounds good at the club. You ever heard some bullshit at the club? Boom, 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 boom. You don't even hear what's going on. You just say, you know, she shaking ass. You trying to get some ass. You know what I'm saying? But you get in the car the next morning. You leaving her crib. You hear that very same song. You like, man, what this dude talking about? What's she talking about? You know, in the club is very demonic. You know what I'm saying? It's very demonic. It's nothing really good that's gonna come out the club a lot of the time. Back in the day, before it turned demonic as it did, you could find a nice woman, a nice wife in the club. John Sally met his wife at a club named Legends in Detroit. I think that used to be right across the street. I want to say from Sweetwater. I don't know what they call it no more. I don't club no more. But yeah, you used to be able to find you a wife at the club. It used to be you watched like Coming to America when he was courting chicks at the club trying to find his wife in Queens. You know what I'm saying? You watch Boomerang and all that stuff. The club used to be tasteful. People used to wear nice clothes at the club. It used to be tasteful. You used to be able to hear the music. It wasn't all about the bass. You hear the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this nigga said some wild shit. You be able to hear it. Now it's just doom, 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 doom. It's just drinking liquor. You got chicks drinking out the bottle. They drinking straight out the motherfucking Patron bottle. And it's just really, once you step back and look at it, it's nothing sexy about it. It's nothing classy about it no more. It used to be classy, bro. You know, it used to be sexy. You know, and they still do cabarets, and I don't even know what cabarets are like no more. You know, so it's not like that no more. And like you know, anything in a club sound good. The song I was thinking about, you don't need nobody, girl. That's the African song I was thinking about. It just came to me. So you know, now it's really no talent. When you listen to them, everything sound the same. But you tell the kids everything sound the same, they don't hear that. They don't hear it. Higgity, wiggity, higgity, hoggity, hoogity, hoogity, hoogity. Everybody got the same melody. Higgity, higgity, hoogity, hoogity, woggity, woogity. You know, everybody doing the same thing. Everybody doing the same thing. Who really got a talent? You come on. You can't consider Drake, Future. The motherfucker's 40. Rick Ross over 40. Kendrick Lamar from a different era. J. Cole was rapping in the late 2000s. You know? So when you start thinking about it, who really got a talent? Who really do you enjoy listening to? I could say, you know, 21 Savage. I like his music. I like motherfucking Kodak Black. I ain't gonna lie, he got some good music. And outside of Detroit, you know, I like Pooh Shiesty. I like Moneybagg Yo, Black Youngster. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever they doing in Memphis is cool. But I've never been a fan of a Young Thug. Don't know what the hell he's saying. Yo, young Lil Baby is trash. And I like the knowledge he be kicking and stuff, but he trash. Like y'all be listening, Gunner is trash. Who else you got? Travis Scott is trash. And I really don't want to go on a female artist, but they don't make music for us. But Angry Man made up a good point the other day, and this I don't know who the lady is, but she said men are incapable of love, right? Which is not true. I think men are very indicative of what love is, right? But he made a good point. He said back in the 90s, even the most gangsterous rappers made love songs about women, whether it was Dear Mama about the mama, whether it was Ghostface Killer, All I Got Is You. Whether, you know, I mean, you can go on and on and on and on. I mean, you can even say Juicy was he shouted his mom out in Juicy and shit. You know, they made love songs. They make genuine love songs. How's Going Down with DMX? He brought that up. Well, what else we got? Jigga, make the song cry. Snoop Dogg, beautiful. I just, you go there and there. When the last time you heard a female, especially in this era, but when the last time you heard a female make a love song, right? Let alone make a love song about another man. Poor Georgie by motherfucking MC Light 50,000 years ago. Think about that for a minute. Think about that. When have you heard last time you heard a female make a rap song, a love song about a man? When have you heard a female rapper say, I'm blowing up like you thought I could? I bought my mama a new crib. Like what did Bud the Law say? He say, he said, what he said in the Bud the Law? He said, I was just rapping this shit with Town on the phone. What he say? He said, I got my mama up out of there because y'all motherfuckers just don't care. And to my mom, I forgot how I go. He said, to me, my mama come number one. To my mama, I'm a real black Superman. I forget, but he had a whole verse talking about getting his mother out of welfare. And he said, want to know why I so scum? Because my mama to me comes number one. He had a whole rap verse about selling dope to get his mama off the county, get her off welfare. Black Superman. He, to my mama, I'm a real black Superman. When have you heard a female rap about buying her daddy a crib? When have you heard a female about getting her mama out the crib, out the hood? What have you niggas heard that? He made up another point too. I did not know this. I didn't know about the time King Richard came out. Serena daddy house was in foreclosure and she wouldn't even pay to get her daddy house out of foreclosure. Come on. So to say that men don't love is wild. Because we the one that stay in relationships when shit get tough and shit get thick. We stick around way longer than women do, especially today. You get a bump in the road, a chick ready to dip on your ass. Dip set. So think about that for a minute. When have you heard a female really make a love song about anybody that didn't involve clapping them cheeks and smacking? Man, it's all whole rap. So when you talking about female rap, it's all about selling sex. There's no changing up. It's no change up. There's no slider. All fastballs. I was mortified. And I done heard some wild shit. Have you ever heard Snoop Dogg's Rhythm and Gangsta album, RNG album? His wife started to divorce him after the album. Fire album. I think that's his second best album, in my opinion. I was mortified when I heard Megan Thee Stallion, I can be a BITC. I said, yo, I wish I had the soundboard up. Yo, no, she didn't turn. I wonder why they call you a positive song where he was dropping knowledge, telling Lawrence Tucker, you wonder why they call these women BITCA. She said she's flipped and said, I could be a BI. I said, yo, the humanity that we going through out here, bro. Like, what is going on? But think about it for a minute. When the last time you heard a female rapper make a love song about getting the mama out the hood, the daddy out the hood? I genuinely love this ninja and I want to marry her and I want to take the pain away. Come on, man. Come on. When have you heard it, bro? When have you heard it, bro? When have they switched it up? If it ain't about tricking on me, if it ain't about slut rap, what have you? I mean, come on, bro. Come on. Even the dudes today, man, they say EST, I forget the name of the song, had a love song. It's still about killing. Sliding on these niggas. I love my bitch, but I had to slide on the brother because you like, damn, nigga. I like ESTG too. Like, dude, these dudes not trying to change nothing up, bro. All the subject matters is the same. If it ain't rapping about tricking, they rapping about how they got it. You know what I'm saying? They rapping about sex. There's no changing up. Even 50 came with 21 questions. Shit, even 50 came to take you to the kids' shop. He even came with Disco Inferno. 1, 2, 3. Mama say I'm in. This is back. You know, even Rick Ross, here I am. Damn, at least Rick Ross switched it up. Shit, shout out to Port of Miami. That's one of my favorite debut albums too. At least Rick Ross switched the shit up. These niggas ain't switching shit up today. They ain't switching nothing up. Shit, at least Joe Gotti switched it up. It's going down in the DM. Okay. Gotti stopped talking about selling quarter brick, half a brick. You know, at least Gucci say, you don't love me. At least Susie, she don't love me. And then Gucci at least switched it up. At least a little bit. You know, at least Jesus switched it up. Put your panties to the side. I'm going to slide through. What's the name of that? Ric Flair jumping off the dresser. What's the name of that song? Damn, what's the name of that song? Was it Pam off the USDA album? I'm drawing a blank. I forget the name of that Joker though. I forget the name of that song. At least they switched it up. They was talking about selling white girls and trapping. At least they switched it up. I got a broad name, Pam. Shawty off the check. Man, come on, man. At least they switched it up. These ninjas ain't got no change up. None. It's all about tricking and effing and shaking booty and none. And maybe if they change the subject matter, it'll seem like they have more talent. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you got A&Rs and you got rap labels. They pushing certain things. They trying to destroy the genre, long story short. They're trying to destroy the genre. This is what it is. They want to destroy rap. They want to break rap down to its last molecule so they can stop having the influence. They've been jealous of rap ever since they've been able to monetize it. Ever since it became popular and they've been able to monetize it, they've been trying to destroy it. At one point, you had, I would say at its peak, you probably had like 5% of rap was at least positivity. And I agree with Chris Rock. Chris Rock said that there was never a bunch of positivity in rap. It was never a bunch of positive rap. But at least you had about 5 to 7%. You know what I'm saying? You had Black Sheep, you had Farside, you had a Tribe Called Quest. You know what I'm saying? You had knowledgeable rappers. And to a certain extent, Wu-Tang was a knowledgeable rap group. To a certain extent, NWA was a knowledgeable rap group. I mean, even Ice-T, you listen to New Jack Hustler. He talked about, being a drug dealer. He said, picture me working at Mickey D's. He said, when I die, it'll be it'll be crack dealing and gun smoke. It was a cautionary tale. It was, if you listen to a lot of their music, a lot of it was a cautionary tale. Even when they rapped about selling drugs and they rapped about doing gangster shit, it was a cautionary tale. These ain't cautionary tales no more. This is to destroy the community. There's no caution in it. It's to destroy the community, bro. So it's just not about these people being talent. You have to have some talent. You have to have some talent to make it in the rap game. You have to have some talent. But I just think it's certain things that the A&Rs and the record label are pushing. They're pushing death and destruction of hip hop. And in the meantime, they're pushing mass incarceration of black males. So they're doing two jobs at one. And then also, they're really fueling the gender war between black men and black women. Black women think they don't need men no more. So guess what? And I said this in one of the videos I got coming on Free Game 89, think Thursday at 7:30. And I said it's gonna be, and me and Myron agreed on this, man. He said it's gonna be the generation. This generation is gonna be the loneliest women of all time. And Angry Man said, well, I guesstimate only 13% of black men are accessible to black women. When you factor in mass incarceration, sexual orientation, and then when you factor in, the ones they actually can get. And that's why polygamy makes so much more sense, especially in a time of financial need. And then you got to factor in a lot of these women. As soon as you make a mistake, they feel like they got another better option, and they don't. And next thing you know, you end up with 2 or 3 kids, and guess what? Now you don't have no value. Most baby mamas is what? Recreational use at best. or they recreational resourceful use. And when I say resourceful use, food stamps, you know what I'm saying? That's what you use them as. So some of them, some you got some that's solid, whatever. But a lot of women to tell you, a lot of baby mamas are the most trifling women of all. They're the most shystiest women of all. And it's just the honest truth. It is, you'll think a woman that, that came with 2 strikes to the game, especially if she got multiple kids, 2 young kids, 2 strikes in the game, you'll think she want to fly right and do right. Nah. They'll do you dirtier than a New York motherfucking crackhead. And like I said, that's not all of them. It's not. It's some that's appreciative and grateful, but it's a lot of baggage that come with that. So niggas say stepdaddy season, you better think about it. Eric say, CJ, what's going on with the new artists? You mean to tell me our own generation, which is probably Gen Z, which that's your generation, by the way, they not supporting rap artists? No, they not. How I'm gonna support you? I ain't got no money. How I'm gonna support you when I'm stealing your music? How I'm gonna support you when I'm making calls and text messages off of Wi-Fi? They ain't got no money to support shit. These niggas don't even stream. They borrowing Netflix passcodes. They borrowing Apple passcodes. And this girl asked on Facebook, who got YouTube TV? I thought she had a basic question, man. I looked at my messages and shit because it's filtered and whatever. And she and the people like the other message, the ones you don't see. So I'm like, I use your YouTube passcode. Man, hell no. On the music, Crit, Currency, Larry June, only people. I've stumbled on Larry June because I used to talk to this girl. I used to listen to him. He dope. Always been a Crit fan. Always been a big Crit. Always been a Currency fan, man. Come on, man. Huge Jet Life fan. But Crit, I'm just another nigga. Dude, I love he used the jazz samples, bro. But Currency, that's my guy, bro. Especially when he left Lil Wayne whole ass. That's my guy. Babyface Ray go crazy. Payroll, Babyface. Payroll been going hard for a minute. Ghostface Kid. He my top 5 favorite rappers of all time. Obviously, he my favorite in Goat and Wu-Tang. But then, the Chef, he got one of the best albums ever and only built for Cuban Links. That's one of the greatest rap albums. Yeah, you got to put that damn near might have to be in the top 5, to be honest, bro. Man, Spectre Deck verse on Guillotine. Ooh. When they played that shit on the Boondocks, his verse on Guillotine, ooh, that whole album is crack. Heaven and Hell, Guillotine, Ice Cream. That whole album is fucking bananas, bro. That only built for Cuban Links is bananas, bro. That's one of them. That's that one right there. Solid Child said, West Coast, I think he meant the West Coast, lost their identity when the music went bad. Cali, Southeast, sound too much alike. Yep, everybody, you be like, honey. You be like, man, I'm from New Orleans. Nigga, what happened to Wody? And what happened to Know Your Clap? You got New Orleans niggas rapping like that. Now Detroit making a run and rap right now. Skilla Baby hard. Yeah, shout out to Skilla Baby, man. Sod and all them. Yeah, us in Memphis is taking over the rap game right now. I spend time in both. Rest in peace to Dolph. But yeah, Memphis making a hella run at the rap game. And Detroit making a hella run at the rap game. Them two coming. Atlanta can't hold the ball forever. He said, I'm up here cracking laughing, bro. Same lyrics, same producer, everything. You ain't lying. Same area. You listen to a track, it's the same cadence to the flow, same production. Even my girl back in the day, she don't get credit she deserved. Yeah. She went from stripper to a white man's housewife. Ooh, the humanity. I ain't mad at it. Go and get your retirement plan. Snoop's Rhythm and Gangsta is amazing. Yeah. I was in high school when that dropped. Yeah, that shit, that's the second best album. His wife was divorcing that ass after that album. I don't know what he did. Like, where your ass going? The chicks be killing me. Like, we 20 years into my, I'm a divorcee. For what? Where you going back to the streets? I'm still gonna be hitting it. Like, we've been together for 20 years. Where are you going, girl? Where are you going? Trust me, ain't shit out there, bro. And the chance you find something good out there is slim to none, bro. It's pretty much built for you to be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? But right now, women don't understand this. This shit is built for polygamy, dude. Especially for black women, it's built for polygamy. Black dudes got options. You got white girls, Asian girls. Black. Your pool is different. Your pool is, we desire for whatever reason. It's just, we come off as dominant. White men are most desired because they've got the most resources. But I guarantee you, dude. I mean, I guarantee you could take an average Asian chick, Asian man chick. I guarantee you it. Filipino, even the average white dude, white man's girl. If you wanted to, you want to play them games, you could. He probably let you. Let me just watch. I wish I had the buzzer sound. He said, I can't stand Glorilla with passion. She sounds so sexy to me, but yeah, she ignorant as hell, though. She young and dumb and probably full of cum. He said, Eve's Got a Man is the last one. The hip hop is dead. Disco Inferno had Jamaican Nav. He had DJ Quick Toaster. He's the best rap producer of all time because he actually fucking wrote his shit. He said, Kobe, I agree, hip hop is dead. He said, these rappers today, 704 Joe would tell you they not rappers, they just come up. I mean, shit, yep, I agree. He said, Cali don't sound nothing like the South or East, anything like Detroit, especially LA. Well, it used to. Everybody sound the same. But you got to understand, a lot of them people, a lot of these guys don't know the Cali rappers, the Don Q. That was my man's Don Kennedy and guys like that. A lot of people wasn't familiar with Nipsey Hussle too until he died. People forget about the Bay Area rappers and all that type of stuff. Zoo and Clyde Carson and guys like that. So a lot of people don't know about those guys. Even Blueface sounded like he was from Southern California. He sounded like he was from Cali. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't really know. They just hear what they play on the radio, unfortunately, man. So if I got any other questions, I'll answer. But a lot of people just hear what they hear on the radio. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Vinny Ochoa on the Cash App. I just got it, my boy. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah. But yeah, a lot of people don't know about the like I told y'all about a quick origin about Detroit rap. A lot of y'all wouldn't know that. Like Eminem it ain't no offense to Eminem. It ain't no offense to him, but he don't have an influence over the Detroit rappers. Keep telling y'all that. Like, I've been listening to Detroit rap for since it got started, damn near. Popcorn movie and social media has changed the music industry as well. I definitely agree with that because now you're getting noticed. What T.I. say? He said, "Don't come up to me with your tape." He said, "Go to social, go build your following up, and I'll find you." That's what people try to do is build their following up. Popularity is a. I don't even know if it's a gift, but I say it's a gift and a curse. I never wanted to be popular. Not in school, never. And I never been one of the people that wanted to fit in. I always was one of them guys that marched to the beat of my own drum. I just did my own thing. If I thought a pair of shoes was cool, I'd make them cool. You know what I'm saying? I never been one of the people to fit in. What Blueface said, he said, I never fit in. I was too far ahead to fit in. I forget what he said. I never wanted to fit in. I never wanted to be with the cool motherfuckers, whatever. I'm like, whoever I click with, that's who I rock with. That was always my mentality, bro. How people like you see these remember, we used to make teenage movies back in the day, like Accepted or Super Bad. They used to make real white teenage movie. What was the one? Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me. Euro Trip. They used to make real teen movies and real high school movies, Euro Trip and shit like that, where you had these nerdy white kids that wanted to fit in with the cool kids. I never wanted to do that. Like I had friends that were super popular. I had friends that was nerds. You know what I'm saying? I had people that was right in the middle. So for me, it was never. I never cared to fit in, bro. I always did my own thing, bro. And I think that's what most people should do. Be comfortable being you. Hoop season, football season. I hung with the people we went home to. I went home with. We all caught the bus. We all lived the same way. I hung with the hoopers, and I had some friends that sold drugs. When I was doing shit on the block, they sold drugs. Watch some niggas sell drugs. We cracking jokes, and I'm going about my way. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, like building yourself as a real rounded individual, both male and female, get you a long way. I could be in a room full of business dudes and hold my own. I could be in a room full of people that talk anime and hold my own. I could be in a room people speaking science or comic books or TV shows or intellectual finances. Or I could be in a room full of women and I can hold my own. Like, You have to be a well-rounded individual. If you only keep subject matters, if you're not a well-rounded individual, you really limit your potential. Especially in a dating pool, you limit yourself in a dating pool. A lot of y'all don't have a conversation to hold, or y'all can't spark a conversation. Once you get her, that's once you break the ice, that is kind of difficult. But once you get her, what else can you talk about? You know, so being a well-rounded individual, that's what that's just what I was raised. Like, you hear on 8 Mile, well, Clarence went to Cranbrook. That's a private school. I spent time out there. They got an amazing school, got an amazing science center. I was fortunate enough where my mom would take me out there and go to their library and their science center. So I was very cultural. I had people that lived, I had family members that lived out there, multiple on both sides of the family. Like I said, I had family members that sold crack. I had friends that sold crack. I had friends that packed guns. I had friends that hit licks for a living when I was coming up. I had friends that was good with their hands. I had friends, daddy, who taught us how to climb the ladder and hook up illegal cable. But I also have friends, who have, dads and moms who have money, who have businesses, trucking businesses, lawn services, who have resources that went to do 9 to 5. So, I have friends, mom who were single mothers, you know. So, I've been around a lot of different. I had friends, mom who was hardcore into going to church. We spent the night. We had to clean up and go to church. So all that helped build into the person I was, bro. And my parents making me do shit. I was a golfer. I had to golf. I golfed. Had to do the shit. My dad had made me go golfing with him in the beginning of the day. Do yard work. We go golfing. When I get to my mama, she put me in golf lessons. So that's something I did. I was in book clubs. I was in science clubs. I was played the piano. I played the guitar. I played the flute. Not proud of that, but there's a story behind that. But so yeah, I hooped. I played football. I played tennis. I did everything. My parents put me in everything. 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 I had friends that was in the Nation of Islam. I learned about what they believed in. Worked out with the brothers that provided protection for the Nation of Islam. Learned a little bit of martial arts from them. So literally everything, bro. Hung out with the church brothers, Christianity. I went to school, first half of my school career to middle school. I went to Catholic school. So I know the Catholic book, all that shit. So you put me in a room with people, with different people, I literally can hold my own. I didn't been in the projects, done it all, bro. Then been in the projects. Hooping with the niggas in the project, have friends in the project, everywhere. I never discriminated. Never discriminated. Don Kennedy had mixtapes, the Yellow album, and the track was To My Summer 2011. DJ Mustard had 11 to 13. He said, shout out to him, he got divorced too. And made out like a fat cat. They need to let Lola Brooks promote Lola Brooks more. She can rap. Never heard of her. No offense. Look at Academics and Kai. They ain't talented. Academics, I will say Kai is entertaining. But what make his show so entertaining, I don't have nothing against neither one of them, is that it seemed that his show just don't have no structure. That's what make it funny. His show don't have no, anything can happen. On Kai's show, anything can happen. He don't. I ain't never knocking. And in Academics, I think he mastered what he do. I think they put a battery in his back and they're gonna use him, and then one day he gonna fizzle out because it's hip hop. Somebody else gonna take his place, and he gonna be a has-been. So he better be prepared to pivot. He's out listening to Lime and Band Gang. I've been listening to Detroit rap for 10 years. I know, like, I live in a neighborhood with the Band Gang Ninjas. I don't really know them like that. Like, I see them, they be on their little dirt bikes. I don't really know they rap like that, but yeah, I live in the same neighborhood a lot of them dudes do, bro. You see them ninjas at the Coney Island. Real talk. Support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Real talk. Yeah, I be hearing shit about like some of them dudes, but I'm not as into Detroit rap as I was when like Platinum Rollies Don't Tick came out, when Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Stack Master, when Rock Bottom and Cheddar Boys was beef, when East Side and West Side Cheddar. I was in them like hard then, you know what I'm saying? Lodge Boys, that was my ninjas, But the last time I really was in like Detroit rap as far as underground scene for real, when like Peasy was first coming out and Doughboy Cash Out had the city on lock. He said that video came out years ago exposing the industry. Rick Ross was looking for new artists and he picked one female because she was cute and thick. He didn't pick the chick that was a good singer at all, because you already know what he did with her. I was listening to Pablo Skywalker 014, 15. He said, here's the crazy thing about it. We have riot police shootings across the country since 2016. I haven't heard one rapper discuss any of it. Well, Lil Baby did. He said, he got backlash. He said he'd never do it again. I remember him saying it. He made that song. He got backlash. That's because, he got that call from upstairs. So I salute him for doing it. Lil Baby be speaking some real shit. I just don't like his rap. I hope a lot of these rappers that's out today are hoping to invest their money because they know the music cycle changes every 4 or 5 minutes. It's like 2.5, 3 years now, bro. The cycle changing. But a lot of them Southern dudes was always kind of smart. They put their money up. Master P, I think he owns the largest mansion in the United States. I was reading that he owns the largest mansion in the United States. Think about that for a minute. So a lot of them Southern guys was always smart, bro. Birdman, Master P, Offset, and Cardi B doing a lot of investing. Jeezy do a lot of investing. So a lot of them dudes was pretty smart. Yo Gotti, Young Dolph, he invested in a lot of real estate before he passed away. So a lot of them dudes was super duper smart. Guitar Jesse Johnson versus Prince. Who you got? I don't know much about guitar Jesse Johnson, so I can't really speak on it. But I know about Prince. Detroit was Prince's second home when it came to doing concerts and shit like that. But hey, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. We went a little bit longer than I expected. I would have been on earlier, but Town had called me, bro. So we had to chop it up real quick. You know how we do. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Peace.